Okay, so instead of three or four separate reaction videos, I'm instead going to do this, where I go over everything gaming related that was announced slash released this past week. Well, announced more like, because this past week, as of recording anyway, we got the State of Play, Summer Gaming Fest, Xbox Showcase, and the Nintendo Direct. So, with all that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryuu Kishi, and let's go over everything that was revealed this past week in gaming, starting with the State of Play. So, I'm not going to go in order of all of the reveals, I'm just going to talk about them, and just because I have a list of all the games that got released, or that got announced. So, yeah, not in any particular order, so. And if I'm missing any games, then I'm sorry. So with State of Play, we got Until Dawn 2, we got a Marathon update, Marvel Fighting Souls with the Doom Knights update. So we have one more team left. More Tomb Raider, another look at Phantom Blade Zero again. We got a Stuntman game, a closer look at Wolverine with some combat and a sneak peek of the cutscenes, and confirmed God of War Lao Fei. So this State of Play was a waste of time in my opinion. Until Dawn 2, it, it I was confused about it at first, but then when they said everyone can live, everyone can die, I'm like, oh, this is Until Dawn. And apparently Neil Newbon is in it. And if you're questioning who's Neil again, he's the voice actor for Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3. So if you've played that, experienced it, what have you, you know who he is. If you've experienced slash played Detroit Become Human, he's one of the guys in that game. You visit him as Connor, and he's a hero character in Xenoblade 3. I believe Zenon. I think his name is Zenon. Right. He's the dude that falls head over heels for Juniper. So, yeah, cool. I guess. I'll be sure to watch playthroughs of Markiplier going through it, definitely, because I feel like Mark is going to play through that. Marathon, don't give a shit about. Marvel Tokon, we got the Doom Knights, which is, if memory serves, Doom himself, which is voiced by Protus ZD, which I didn't catch at first. We got Green Goblin, who sounds like Mark Hamill, but isn't. We got, what's his face? Carnage. And what was the last one again? I forgot. It was Doom, Carnage, Green Goblin. Oh, fucking Magneto from X-Men. So those are the Doom Knights, and we've got one more team left. And I don't remember who the little graphics showed off for it was, but whatever. We got another look at the new Tomb Raider game, Atlanta or something. I didn't really bother. Phantom Blade Zero, we got another trailer for, even though we don't really need it because its release date is confirmed. We got a Stuntman game. Never heard of the series. Don't really give a shit about it. The State of Play started with Wolverine, which is a good thing, and it was around 5-ish minutes, which, again, very good thing. We got a closer look at the combat, we got a peek at some cutscenes, some iconic X-Men characters are in it as well, even maybe not Deadpool, maybe? I don't know. And probably the thing that's going to be the bulk of this section of the video, God of War Lao Fei. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This game. People have so much to say about this. Even though we've only saw like the first 10 minutes of gameplay, give or take. So, there's two main big things with it. The first one being the series name. The game is called God of War. Why aren't we playing as Kratos? To those idiots, I ask you, how often do you play as Zelda in the Legend of Zelda series? Genuinely asking. Because there is the what's it called? There is that one Zelda game that recently came out, like a year or two ago, where it was based on A Link to the Past, where you did get to play as Zelda because Link went missing, or he got drowned by Goop. So there is that, but in a majority of Zelda titles, you play as Link. So why is the series called The Legend of Zelda if you don't get to play as Zelda? Same mentality applies here. The series name is God of War, but you don't play as the God of War you play as the wife of War, which I feel like should have been the name of the game instead. The other big thing that uh, I've seen constantly is people making fun of the name God of War Lao Fei, where they were calling it laundry. To those idiots, I ask you, do you know a drop or a nugget of anything Norse related outside of the games, outside of Marvel movies? Because I'm betting you don't. So, Lao Fei, so in the game, she's called Fei, right? Or in all three games, she's referred to as Fei. Lao Fei is her actual Norse name. You know, you have Odin, Thor, Loki, etc. Lao Fei is her name. And people are making fun of it because, oh, laundry. Because we also got to look at a gelatinous cube called Frank, which is spelled really stupidly. And people are poking fun at him because he's a sentient cube. And I even saw an AI video, which, by the way, don't make a generative AI nonsense bullcrap, please, where Lao Fei was doing laundry, quote unquote, and tossing it into the cube as if he was a washer. So, yeah, that was kind of disrespectful as fuck, but whatever. Now, the other main issue that people have is that she looks ugly as hell. And we're going from uh, powerhouse of a man to thin woman who looks ugly as sin, because Western games can't have gorgeous looking women. My main concern isn't the fact that she looks ugly. I think she looks fine because I don't know about you assholes, but not everyone is going to look their age, but some people can. And she looks her age. To me, she looks like she's in her 50s to 40s. And I think that's on purpose. I think she looks okay. Like, not good, but not bad either. Like, you are blowing this way out of proportion. Want to know what an ugly protagonist looks like? Take one look at Intergalactic. You're welcome. My main concern with Faye's design is her hair. Because I don't know. Well, granted, she could be ginger, she could not be ginger. But if she is supposed to be ginger, then my thing is, did they do the ginger hair correctly? That's more of a nitpick than anything else, but whatever. So, yeah. I'm excited for Lao Fei, personally, uh, because we also got to look at two gods of war as well, from two different mythos, which is cool. My other issue is because we have a female protagonist in a series with a male dominant protagonist, the first time we get a female protag in this series, of course, we get a female main villain. Supposed main villain, anyway. Because of course we do. We can't have a woman fighting a man. No, no, no. We gotta have a girl fight. Or a cat fight, rather. I'm so sick and tired of that shit. I really am. Like, give me more Tales of Berseria stuff, where it's a female character going up against a male character instead. Please. But, whatever. Aside from that, game's great. I like that she's got aerial combos. I like that she's very floaty and more aerial focused. Like, she plays so much different than Kratos, and I think that's a good thing. Because Kratos is heavy, he's hard hitting. Whereas Faye is lightweight, quick on her foot, or quick on her feet. She can swing rapidly. I like that. It gives a nice balance and difference between the two. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think we got a release date or even a year, but overall, I'm excited for it. So, after that, we got Summer Games Fest on Friday. And again, I think I got everything on here, but I'm not 100% certain because there was a lot of shit revealed. So, let's talk about it. So, again, not in any particular order because I didn't feel like it. We have Alien Isolation 2, Street Fighter 6, Fighters Pass 4, I think, where we got 3 new characters and Tifa. Sea of Remnants, a music video at least, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a turn-based gacha game, which is unfortunate, but we don't know the gacha system yet. We got Control Resonant, again, 1666 Amsterdam, Mafia DLC, I think it was, Blood of Dawnwalker, another look at that, Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, Saw Genesis, Attack on Titan 3, I'm surprised this is the third one. I didn't know they made two. Soulframe, First Light 007 DLC, Sand, Raiders of Sophie, Star Wars Zero, and Star Wars Pod Racing. A Dead by Daylight thing. We got a Wuthering Waves Cyberpunk show off, Guild Wars 3, Gundam Rogue Orbit, which I'm excited about, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which is a remake, Ion 2, I didn't know there was a first one, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, Monster Hunter Wilds DLC, finally, Lords of the Fallen 2 showcase, Hyx, I don't know. We got a Stranger Than Heaven showcase, while also getting a release date. Power World finally entered 1.0, so that's cool. I don't remember the full name of the game. In my notes, I just have it as Egg Co-op Slop, because it's friend slop. So yeah. We got Wolf Among Us 2 and a remaster of Wolf Among Us 1. And speaking of Among Us, we got an Among Us story game, as well as a first look at the TV show, apparently. Chronicles Medieval. We got a showcase on the Gothic remake. Swords of Legend, which looks like a Souls-like, kind of. Last Harbor. Mortar Shell 2 showcase, plus the demo is out. I don't know if it's still out as of recording. We got Sonic Racing, new racers, as well as the next wave of racers. Crossfire. We got a showcase of Grounded 2. The thing that began the show, Resident Evil Veronica remake. Stellar Blade 2. And the best reveal of the night, I don't care who you are, Final Fantasy VII Revelations. There's two things I'm going to talk about here, because one of them, oh boy. Okay, so first off, Stellar Blade 2. People also had an issue with this. However, my thing is, they use generative AI for assets in the game. I'm not a fan of that. Developers, please do not, I beg of you, do not use the generative AI in your product. I don't care if you ship it out, it doesn't have it anymore. If you use generative AI in the process of making your game, you should resign from making video games permanently. Generative AI needs to go. And for all of the AI bros in the audience who are watching this video, no. AI is not here to stay. Well, Gen AI, I should say, is not here to stay. I am not talking about AI like Alien Isolation, where it learns your patterns, it learns what you do, and all that shit. I'm not talking about the AI coding like Enemy AI or NPC pathing AI. I am talking about generating an image, generating a voice, generating music, generating backgrounds, all of that shit that could be done by hand, by human hands, skill, talent, etc. That take years of time and dedication to do. That is what I'm talking about. That is what we, the people, are talking about when we mention generative AI. Yes, the people that have an issue with AI need to specifically state generative AI, because you kumquats constantly berate them saying AI is here to stay, and, well, guess you're not playing any video games then, because every video game uses AI. That's not what people are talking about. They are talking specifically about generative AI. Anyway, with that kerfuffle out of the way, let's talk about the other issue/non-issue people have. With her first look, the protagonist, Evie, she's got baby face. Her face is round, soft, plump, etc. She looks young. Now, before people get on my case about this, young can mean any age range. Okay? A 50-year-old man could call a 30-year-old man young. It doesn't matter how old you are, you will be referred to as young by someone else. I'm in my mid-20s. If I were to talk to a 30-year-old, they would call me young. Okay? And the only reason why some people don't take an issue with her design and saying that she's an adult, I guarantee you it's because of her height. It's because she's average/above average for a woman's height. I guarantee you, if she was between the height range of 4'5" or 5 foot, apologies, my non-American viewers, but if she was between those two ranges of height, people would call her a child. But because she's above that threshold, she's not. Which, Newsflash, jackasses. Height does not equate age. People don't look their age sometimes. I, for instance, don't look my age. Okay? Again, I'm in my mid 20s, but I look like I'm a fucking teenager. Okay? So, she looks young. Not that there's anything wrong with that. She just has babyface syndrome, which is, again, soft, plump, rounded face. Okay? Calm the hell down. Yes, her design is better than Lao Fei. Yes, she is attractive as hell. But that's besides the point. She's not a child, but she is young looking. Can we all agree on that, please? And can we also just agree that the first look at her was kind of terrible as well, because it painted her in a bad light? Whatever. Next up, the thing that ended it, and I was quite happy to see it, Final Fantasy VII Revelations. We finally got it, and shocking, probably some people, it's coming in 2027. That's huge. This is the final part of the remake trilogy for Final Fantasy VII, which is honestly the biggest and most well-known Final Fantasy of all Final Fantasies, aside from Final Fantasy XIV. No, I'm not going to say the entire meme. So I am quite excited about it. It honestly is giving me huge vibes of we might be getting a Dirge of Cerberus remake as well. Because if Crisis Core could get a remake, Dirge of Cerberus is going to get a remake. But I'm not 100% certain on that one, at least. Because that game is purely Vincent Valentine. And they could be doing that. But they could also just not. But I don't know. So this is the final part of the entire series. And it's probably going to cost more than both of the other two games. However, I am very much looking forward to this. So, yeah. It looks good, looks great. I'm looking forward to it. Now, aside from all of the game stuff, for whatever fuck ass reason, Summer Games Fest was a terrible, terrible show. In terms of how, not how it was presented, but how it ran. Because and I watched a bunch of reactions too, for almost everyone, the show was buffering, lagging, and desyncing at times. But for me specifically, and I don't know if I have the recording still up. I probably don't. I probably deleted it. But for me specifically, the show was lagging tremendously. Like, anytime the trailer was on screen, the trailer would lag to hell and back. And it was in 1080p. So I then tried Twitch. Twitch played an ad at the beginning, and I could only watch it in 720p, and it would still have all those issues. That was one of the worst shows ever in terms of how it ran on streaming platforms. I don't know why that was the case, but yeah. It's probably because there was one too many people watching it all at once. And it's because of that it kind of had a major slowdown. But, whatever. At the very least, we got to watch it all, right? So, that's this state of play. Next up is the Xbox Showcase, which was a gargantuan waste of time, in my opinion. Now, granted, I'm not a Xbox head, so for Xbox heads, this could be, like, really cool. But anyway, I don't really have much to say about this, so we got Gears of War E-Day, which is apparently a prequel. I'm not a Gears of War head. We got a Call of Duty game, because of course we did. We got something Halo related. We got a Metro game, just the word Fable. You look at Minecraft Dungeons 2, a new Senua game for some fuck-ass reason. I didn't know people play that series. Wo Long 2, State of Decay 3, apparently there was 2 of them before. We got another Resident Plague Tale game, Clockwork Revolution, with a release date of 2027, Spyro A Realm Beyond, new game, Doom Dark Ages DLC, Where Winds Meet, which is the AI chatbot slash voice acting game, gross, Flight Sim, again, Crazy Taxi, which used generative AI during production, bleh, and as of recording, yes, they did make a statement, but that still doesn't help their cause, or their case. If you use generative AI at all, resign, please. But anyway, we got an update for Sea of Thieves, an update for the Elder Scroll Online game, a Fallout 76 update, Valor Mortis, close luck again, Age of Empires update, Bad Macpie, Vivarium. We got a cult game called Join Us, an FPS game called Magician's Devil's Deal, the best reveal of the night, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, and then the other two that I'm more excited about, Persona 4 Revival and Persona 6. Let's talk about Persona for a little bit. So, last year, they revealed that, yes, Persona 4 is being remade because it got leaked / talked about prior, and it's going to be called Revival. And we heard nothing after that. And now, this year, we got a closer look at the game, where we see all of the main core cast, aside from one character who didn't get his own face portrait yet, which is shocking. I don't even know if he's got his face portrait yet as of recording this. But all the major players are known. They changed the they changed the voices again, which I'm not a fan of. Like, you have like, if you're not going to change the voice actors for JP, don't change the voice actors for your English, please. Like, I understand you want to try and get new blood, but save that for newer titles, like Persona 6 or a Metaphor 2, even. / save that for remaking SMT 1 and 2, games that don't have full voice acting in them, please. But whatever. No hate to the new blood voice actors, or just the new voice actors in general. I just prefer to hear the original voices because they are the character, / the characters are them, / their voices fit the characters best, but whatever. I am a strong advocate that we did not need a Persona 4 remake. Persona 4 Golden is on Steam for $20 and frequently goes on sale for under $10. We did not need a remake. And if you're thinking, oh, well, the graphics are dated, the story is dated, like everything in that game is outdated, then you've never touched a PS1 game in your fucking life. You've never touched anything from the PS1 era at all. SNES, GameCube, etc. If you think a PS2 / Vita game looks dated, holy fuck. So, yeah. Play Golden. And if you want to complain that, oh, I want my first experience to be Revival, don't. I strongly encourage you to watch, or to play / experience Persona 4 Golden, at the very least, because you will be spoiled, whether you like it or not, because people aren't going to hide that away from you. Like, a lot of people will, but there are a lot of assholes out there that will spoil the game for you. Not only that, but there is this funny little thing called the algorithm, where no matter how hard you try, you will be spoiled, because people can't fucking help themselves. Trust me, I've been there. So, yeah. Aside from the graphics and the art, the characters look fine. There's a few that I'm not... Like, the girls look fine, and amazing, even. Chie got a glow up. I wasn't a big Chie stan. But she looks a million times better. Well, her portrait looks a million times better, and so does her model. That said, the guy characters, aside from Dojima, look like ass. I'm sorry. The other thing I'm wary about, I'm worried they're going to rewrite the game and change it to be less quote-unquote problematic / less controversial than in Persona 4 Golden. If you have no idea what I mean, then good. But all I'll say is, people have an issue with how homophobic a character is, when he's not. It's setting his boundaries, you idiots. A character who doesn't like women, but likes men, because women are bossy, girly, nasty, etc., but men don't have that issue. And there's a character whom works in a male-dominant field and is criticized for being a young woman in that field, so she had thoughts of transitioning so she would have a better time working in that field and not being as scrutinized. And people think, oh, this character is trans. going as far as to make a mod where it replaces the pronouns for the character to he, him. Tell me you've never experienced Persona 4 without telling me you've never experienced Persona 4. Now, with Persona 4 done, let's talk about Persona 6, or lack of Persona 6 in terms of everything. We got confirmation that the main color is green, basically. The logo looks like DC logo for some fucking reason, and it's going to be horror pilled, which is interesting because some of the leaks slash nuggets of information we got was all about art. So we went from art to horror. Oh, I just had a thought. What if we get unidentified life forms? What are they called? Umas, right? Unidentified something. Aliens. Like your chupacabras, your Bigfoots, your Yetis. Um, Fuck, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I should know these. The, Tsuchinoko. Like, what if the personas are all based on those things? Huh. That's interesting. Okay. I didn't think about that yet. Okay. And I think with that, let's go into Nintendo, shall we? So, there were a bunch of ports slash games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, so I'm not going to bother mentioning them because they're 0 point. All of what got revealed, or all of the games coming to Switch 2 slash the ports, like third-party stuff, should have been saved for either a partner showcase, tweets on Twitter, what have you. Like, they should have been part of the actual sizzle reel instead of revealing, instead of revealing actual new games. But whatever. We got another showcase at Orbitals, Big Walk. We got One Piece Grand Gourmet. We got a Pocopia update and DLC, and it's very unfortunate that there was no new Winds and Waves information. You would think there would be, but oh well. We got Ninjala 2. There's a Donkey Kong Challenge event for Bonanza, or just DK Challenge in general. Jujutsu Kaisen Vampire Survivor Edition. Muramasa Revenant Blade is free from its shackles at long last. Sports Resort. Hello Kitty Party Land. Star Fox Showcase, again. Final Fantasy Resonance. Piku Niku 2, wasn't aware there was a first one. A Dragon Quest Monsters game. Duskbloods, look, which was a nothing burger. Splatoon 3 DLC. Deltarune Chapter 5 is on the way. The last thing that got revealed was an Ocarina of Time remake. Did we really need this, though? We got a sizzle reel with mostly ports, however, a new mainline Atelier game called Karia. We got a Kingdom Hearts 4 tease. We got Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 Switch 2 upgrades with huge updates, and Xenoblade Genesis, as well as Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, a new look at that, and a release date. So, let's first talk about Kingdom Hearts 4. Holy shit, I was not, of all places to show Kingdom Hearts, I was not expecting the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was going to be at Summer Games Fest, or State of Play. I'm willing to bet the only reason it was showed here is because Disney has Nintendo by the balls. Because Smash Bros. Has Sora in it. That was probably part of the deal. And holy fuck, what a long wait it was for that. We got to look at a lot of characters, and we got to look at Human Luxord. I have no idea what this motherfucker's name is going to be, because for non-Kingdom Hearts fans, the character that I'm talking about, Luxord, is part of a group called Organization 13. And one thing that these members all share is they have an X in their name, because their human selves got turned into nobodies in one way, shape, or form, and using the letters from their base name, they got rearranged with an X added into it for their new name. So, for instance, you had Sora, and his nobody is Roxas. So that's Sora without the X. You have Ansem, and then Mansex. So there's that. Let's talk about Fortune's Wave next. I'm excited for it, and apparently people have determined that it's going to be a sequel to Three Houses, which is interesting. And people have pointed out that the game is likely to have multiple routes akin to Three Houses instead of, you know, uh, just having an interconnected story where you have different POVs. I still personally think it's going to be Aegis Rim slash Yakuza 0 style, where we play through one character's path, and then we jump to another character's path, and then another character and another character. Like, we're going to start off as Kai, and then when we meet the other three characters, we're going to be playing through their journeys as well, instead of having it be four separate playthroughs. That's what I'm personally thinking. The other thing that people weren't too happy about that got shown off, apparently we have an avatar character, which, why? We don't need an avatar character, like, at all. I thought Kai, Theta, um, other chick, and not Alucard were the main characters. Why do we have an avatar again? I get that we're kind of, well, no, we don't need to, because we had plenty of Fire Emblem games that didn't have an avatar character. We had a pre-established main character, but whatever. And they're dressed in all white. I would need to get a closer look at the designs, because I do like the female's design, I think. I need to look at it again. Now, not only that, but we got a reveal that Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 got Switch 2 upgrades. People have been asking for a Xenoblade 2 upgrade for the Switch 2. We were not expecting 1 and 3 to get that same treatment. 1 got the short end of the stick, but that's fine, because 2 and 3 are giving us a new character. So for 2, we're getting a new Blade, and for 3, we're getting a new hero. That's fucking huge. But we're not going to be able to experience those stories until very late this year, which is unfortunate. But it's still huge that it's happening. And, in my personal opinion, the best reveal of the night, or of the day rather, because they streamed it at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Xenoblade Genesis, which, by the way, means the origin or mode of formation of something. So this could be a prequel to Xenoblade 3, or the start of a new Xenoblade saga. Because the Class saga is done, right? Class is done. So this could be the origin of the new Xenoblade line, or the new saga for Xenoblade, which I'm excited about. And people were quick to point out that, oh, it's Xenoblade Three Houses. And I'm just like, just because there's an academy doesn't mean shit, okay? Like, come on now. That's like saying, oh, Hogwarts Legacy is Three Houses. Like, no, it's not. Jesus. Just because there's an academy doesn't mean it's like another game, guys. Come on. And there's a lot of dumb fuckery with Xenoblade Genesis as well. With people saying that they didn't like it, they thought the art style was garbage, that the character designs were bad, that Xenoblade died with Xenoblade 3 because the designs weren't fucking fan servicey for them, and they were, modest and shit. But here's my thing with that. Xenoblade 1 was already modest. Hell, Xenogears, I think, was modest, and not fan service coded. I have no opinion on Xenogears because I never experienced those games. But Xenoblade 2 was full, and I mean full, of fan service. And there were only, in my honest opinion, two bad designs, Rex and Dahlia. Dahlia being an optional character that you can obtain. Everyone else, I thought their designs were fine. Were they out of place with how the story was being told? Oh, absolutely. Like, how are we supposed to take the story serious when the characters are dressed like that? That's like having the characters in Xenoblade 3 wearing goofy-ass outfits based on the hero character, and we're supposed to take the cutscene seriously. Like, the characters have a fro on their head. How am I supposed to take this serious? Right? But Xenoblade 3 did away with the fan service, kind of, and went for a more modest approach. And I appreciate it, because genuinely, we don't need fan service in games. Does it make the game better? That depends on who you ask. But if the fan service serves no point other than to be fan service for the sake of being fan service, what's the point? In my opinion, Like, did Pyra and Mithra need to be that busty? No, it serves no purpose to the plot whatsoever, but they still are anyway. But, yeah. I'd have no issue with the lack of fan service in Xenoblade Genesis, or Xenoblade 3 for that matter, because I think uh, it, is proper to do that, and it fits the game as well. Like, it would be very drastic and very immersion breaking to have a busty ass character who is showing full skin, everything. So, yeah. But that's just me. I know I'm probably in the minority in that, because I don't mind if there's fan service, I don't mind if there's not fan service, but as long as it's done tastefully, I don't mind. And Xenoblade 2 did not do it tastefully. But granted, Xenoblade 2 is my least favorite of the three. For me, it's 1, then 3, then 2. I will say though, Torn of the Golden Country is much better than base 2. But Torn of the Golden Country makes 2 look so much worse. But that's a different discussion for a different time. But anyway, I think with all of that being said and done, that has been everything that got released and shown off this past week. And I did forget something. I forgot Gen Atlas, which was Project Robot, made by the Shadow of the Colossus guys. And it's basically just Gurren Lagann. Let's be real. So, anyway, now, with all that being said and done, what was your favorite show that was shown off? Did you like the State of Play more, Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase, or the Nintendo Direct? What reveals were you interested in? What games will you be buying? What games will you be dropping? And all of that jazz. So, with all that said and done, I've been Ryuu Kishi, and until next time, I will see you later.